Hey everybody, it's Lily Mae, and I'm going live. This is not going to be long. It's going to be very, very quick. I'm trying to go live so that I can answer some questions that have been posed to me in my inbox, whether it's on the Sanaj Dalia page or whether it's on my Lily Jones page. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you have. I know that weight loss is something that people have a lot of questions about. Weight loss surgery is something that people have a lot of mixed feelings about. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to answer these questions. I'm going to try to answer them while I'm doing stuff because I got a whole lot going on over here. So I'm going to try to answer the questions as I'm folding clothes and doing laundry and doing all of that type stuff. So let me start off by saying that first and foremost, there are different types of weight loss surgery. Okay, now me personally, I had what's called the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass. Now, a lot of doctors aren't really doing it now because I will tell you, it is dangerous. It can be very dangerous. It can be fatal if you don't prepare yourself before the surgery. But any surgery that you have can be dangerous and it can be fatal. So first and foremost, I don't want you to be discouraged because of that particular surgery. All right, so a couple of people have asked about the weight loss surgery. What are the pros and cons? So I'm not going to get into a lot of detail, but I do want to explain to you the difference between the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, which I had 10 years ago, and this procedure called the gastric sleeve that they're doing now. All right. The Roux-en-Y gastric bypass is the reason it is so fatal sometimes for some people is because they actually disconnect one of your intestines and they cut your stomach to the size of an egg. So in 2009, when they did my Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, they disconnected one of my intestines. I can't remember if it's the small or the large. And then they cut my stomach to the size of an egg. So you want to know what happens to the rest of your stomach and your other intestine. It's just in there chilling, I guess. But basically, when they do that, it greatly restricts what you can eat. Now, the pros to that is simply, you already know. The pros is the weight loss. That's a pro. The con is that once you disconnect and cut that stomach, you mess with nutrients. So you mess with your body being able to absorb, vitamins and minerals and things of that nature. And that's kind of where the issue might come in. Now, what I will say to you is this. I am an advocate and proponent for weight loss surgery, okay? It saved my life, point blank, period. So what I want to say to you is this. If you're interested in it, if you're interested in weight loss surgery and you're watching this live, I will say this to you. Inbox me privately on my Lily Mae the Brand Sanaj page. Inbox me privately and I will do everything that I can to walk you through the process. But it's a couple of things I want you to understand about any kind of weight loss surgery. So number one, with any kind of weight loss surgery, which like I told you now, they're doing the gastric sleeve, which doesn't cut as much as your stomach. The sleeve pretty much shaves your stomach to the size of a banana or in the shape of a banana. So you have more room versus me. When I had it done 10 years ago, they ain't know nothing about the sleeve. They cut my stomach like this. And the crazy thing was, I had it my senior year in college. I was getting ready to graduate. And do you guys know that the day of my graduation was the first day that I could eat solid food? And my family wanted to go to Golden Corral. Now, y'all know that was torture. I tried to eat and made myself sick. But, all right, so let's keep going. So this is the thing I need you to understand. And this is no shade to anybody, but I need you to understand this. I need you people who have never been obese and who have never been morbidly obese to stop trying to talk to people who are obese and morbidly obese about weight loss surgery. You don't understand the struggle. You do not understand the struggle. I don't care if you went to school to be a dietitian. I don't care if you went to school for kinesiology. I don't care if you went to school for physical education. If you have never been morbidly obese or obese, and I'm talking about really obese, please stop trying to coach people about weight loss surgery, and please stop trying to deter them. Okay? People gain weight for a myriad of reasons. Some people have gland trouble. Some people just eat too much. Some people drink too much. Some people just never catch back up after having children. So stop trying to coach people about weight loss surgery and trying to coerce them or deter them from having the surgery. Because once again, I'm going to keep saying it. I didn't have the gastric sleeve. I had the very dangerous Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, and I'm still here to talk about it. So stop it. You can coach anybody you want to coach on fitness, but stop trying to deter people from having weight loss surgery. I advocate for it. I am a proponent for it, and I would do it all over again if I had to. Okay, but back to the weight loss surgery. Now, one of the other things is that it's a process. It's a process. You can't just go to the doctor and say, I want to have gastric bypass. You have to have a psychological evaluation. Thanks be to God, I am who I am, and I'm just as foolish as I can be, because when I went to the psychiatrist for the evaluation, she asked me 2 questions, and she said to me, sweetie, I'm just going to go on and sign these papers because clearly you don't have no mental health issues going on. And I was like, you sure? Because, you know, sometimes I be wanting to, But anyway, but that's just one of the things that I want you to understand. It is a process. Now, I do feel like the process has gotten better for some people, but worse for others. And the reason I say that is because this. Now, for some people, you can still, you know, go and get the gastric bypass done, and it's a very, very simple process. However, there are individuals who may struggle a little bit getting it done. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you go for your psychological evaluation and you're already suffering with some severe mental health issues, it might take you a little bit longer, because the reality is this. With this surgery, you have to be mentally stable enough to handle the pre-gaming for the surgery and the post-operative piece. Because let me tell you something. Let me just keep it 100 with you. Even after losing all of that weight, guys, even after getting all of that weight off of me, I had so much skin. And y'all, if you go back and look at the post, I showed you the post. Guys, I was 417 pounds. I stand at 5'4.5". That was a lot of weight, y'all. That was a lot of weight. And so with that being stated, you have to understand that it takes a lot of time to get that weight off. Now, what ended up happening was that I was fortunate enough to have a surgeon who had nurses that really took pride in my journey, really took pride in my journey. And so I really want you to understand that you also need a good support system. Now, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. When it comes to, for me, I did not really have a family support system for weight loss surgery except for my mom. My mom was here with me through the process. But a part of that is because a lot of my relatives didn't understand the surgery. Granted, I'm the baby. Nobody before me had weight loss surgery. So it was kind of like, no, don't do it. Why are you doing this? This. But what I need you to understand is, don't get upset because your relatives and your friends may not understand. It's okay. What you have to do is you have to find you a support network of people that understand. And sometimes that involves getting out here on social media and finding, you know, those very people that can help you. All right. So just to keep it going, one of the other things that I wanted to talk to you about is also understanding weight loss surgery and preparing yourself for weight loss surgery. Preparing yourself for weight loss surgery means that you have to go on a diet. And I know we hate to hear that word, but you have to go on a diet. 2 weeks before surgery, I was on a liquid diet. And it was horrible because I had surgery on April 20th, 2009. And it was right before Easter. So on Easter Sunday, when my family was eating dinner, I had to be drinking shakes. And it was tough. It was very, very tough. But also at that time, luckily, I had a significant other who understood the process and who really, you know, had my back throughout the process. So that made it a lot better. Now, relative to weight loss surgery and after the surgery. After the surgery is the hardest thing. Let me keep it 100 with you. For those of you that keep telling people weight loss surgery is the easy way out, you're a liar. You're a liar. Because I had weight loss surgery in 2009. And when I went back to my hometown in 2011, within a year, I had gained like 55 pounds back. Why? My mama can cook and I was eating. Weight loss surgery is a tool to help you understand what you need to do to maintain a sustainable body mass index, a decent and reasonable portion of health and strength, and to keep the weight down. So it requires you to make a lifestyle change. It requires you to continue to eat well. It requires you to make certain that even a year later, because let me tell you something, your stomach is a muscle. Your stomach is a muscle, which means it will stretch back out. Some days I can eat a whole hamburger 10 years later. Some days I can't. But guess what that means? That means it's a mental thing. It's mental. It's not physical. Because about 3 years ago, I had a barium x-ray done and I saw my stomach. My stomach is almost back to its original size. So what does that mean? I could gain all that weight back again. But it's a mental tool. So what you have to understand is stop telling people that weight loss surgery is the easy way out. It's not. It's actually harder. And the reason it's harder is because you lose so much weight up front that you forget about it in 3 years and you start eating again. You start falling right back into those bad habits that caused you, you know, to have all that weight in the first place. So if people are out there telling you, oh, or making you feel bad, saying, oh, you taking the easy way out having weight loss surgery, tell them they a lie and the truth not in them. Or matter of fact, tell them to come talk to me. Because at the end of the day, it is what it is. All right, so I'm not gonna keep talking about Kelly. If you want the surgery, let's talk about it. I got your back. I will coach you through it. You just let me know. I don't mind coaching you through it. But okay. Now, let me say this. One of the other things I want you to understand about weight loss surgery also is that vitamins. Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm hard-headed. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Y'all know that over the weekend, I did a photo shoot with my natural hair so that people could see my traction alopecia. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's one of the cons of the surgery. You have to take a reasonable amount of vitamins for the rest of your life. If you don't, your hair, it can fall out. I'm gonna keep it 100. It can fall out. Now, with me, it was a combination of me wearing too many micro braids and weaves and not giving my hair a break, and you know, not taking my vitamins like I should. So what you have to generally take is also depending on your age, you might have to take like B12, vitamin D, calcium, and iron. Now, me personally, I don't take iron. I get IV iron, and that works for me because, guys, I'm not a pill person. And one of the other things is that constipation, the iron will make you constipated. So that's something else I kind of try to stay away from. But so that would be one of the cons. But this is how I feel about it. I would rather have to take vitamins for the rest of my life. I would rather take vitamins for the rest of my life rather than have to spend the rest of my life on blood pressure medicine, on medicine for diabetes, can't go in the store and buy something because they don't have it to fit me. And the thing about me is I carry all my weight up here. If you look at me, I'm still broad shoulders. Like I'm very broad shouldered, and I carry all of my weight in my back and solid weight. That's another thing. You have to get a body composition done so you can understand where your weight is. Where do you carry your weight? Where do you carry your weight? You need to have a food diary because you need to figure out what you need to eat at certain parts of the day. What I know now is that I'm very hyper. So I'm going to eat all of my carbs and my sugars in the middle of the day when I know I'm going to be moving. And at night, I'm going to try to eat light and maybe try to eat more of my proteins early in the morning and in the evening because I know that those are the things that I need to make sure that I'm absorbing. So that's another thing. But I want to get off of the gastric bypass and I want to talk to you about post-bypass body contouring. Now, as you know, yes, I had plastic surgery. But I didn't have plastic surgery like the Nicki Minaj's and the Cardi B's and the Jennifer Hudson's and all of that because I'm Lily Mae. I want to look like Lily Mae. I enjoy being plus size. I enjoy my body. But what you have to understand is after weight loss surgery, all of that skin and stuff, all of that skin after weight loss surgery is hard to keep it clean. You can start getting chafed and you can get infection. Thanks be to God, I did not suffer with like the infection and stuff like that. But what people don't understand is when you are heavy like that, and you're sweating and it gets dark and it gets chafed, you can get yeast in between your rolls and under all that skin. So you need to understand that you can't keep all of that stuff clean. And so with that being stated, the first thing that I did in 2015, I had what's called a paniculectomy. And basically what a paniculectomy is, it's when they go in and they only take out the skin that hangs in your lower abdomen. So your second stomach, so to speak. They cut that out. And I did that in 2015. And that is often covered by insurance, especially if you can prove that it's a medical necessity. All right. Now, in December of last year, which is December of 2018, I had what's called a bra line back lift, And basically what a bra line back lift is, it's when they go in the back and they took all of the skin out of my back from just below my breast to midway down my back. So they took about this much out on each side, but it ended up being about 5 pounds of skin. Now that may not seem like a lot, but if you think about just skin, 5 pounds of skin, that gave me like an inch or two. It gave me an inch or two. So that's something that you have to think about. All right. Another thing is that come on March the 8th of this year, which is just what, a month or so ago, I had what's called a fleur-de-lis abdominoplasty. Now, most of you know of the actual tummy tuck where they go in and they create these artificial abs and all of that. I didn't do that. Once again, I'm secure with who I am. I don't want to look artificial. I've never been skinny. I've never had a six-pack, and I don't want one now. So I had what's called the fleur-de-lis abdominoplasty, and basically what happens with that is they go in and they remove all the skin and some of the excess fat. Now, shout out to my surgeon, Dr. Gregory Lynham at Richmond Surgical Arts, because one of the things that he did was he left my natural fat. He took the excess skin and everything away, but he left my natural fat. So with that being stated, now I'm working with my body. I'm working with my body. I'm working with everything that's me. I'm okay. I'm working with those things. And so that's very, very important. So that's one of the things I want you to understand is that plastic, that's why I didn't put cosmetic surgery or plastic surgery, because when I think about plastic surgery or cosmetic surgery, I think about people trying to create a body that wasn't necessarily theirs to begin with. But when body contouring is simply recreating the shape that God gave you. Pretty much, it's basically taking all of that extra that was there, all of the extra that I lost, because this is the other thing. You cannot work out skin. You can't work out skin. You can work out fat, but you can't work out skin. And so with that being stated, that was a part of, that's what body contouring is. So body contouring is when a cosmetic or plastic surgeon goes in and removes the excess skin and some of the fat, because I still have, my natural fat. And the funny thing is, everybody keeps saying, girl, you snatched, girl, you snatched. And I'm thinking to myself, I guess if that's what you want to call me, snatched. I don't really think I'm snatched, but if you think I'm snatched, okay, I'll take it. I don't necessarily consider myself to be snatched. Can I put on a two-piece or a crop top? Yeah, I can. But I still am conscious of the fact that I'm still plus size, and I'm not gonna be out here showing the little bit of fat I still got, But that's neither here nor there. Some people, that's what they want to do. Have I worn a crop top? Yeah, I have, but I had on high-waisted pants also. So yeah, that's just a little bit, but I'm not going to continue to talk to you, but I did want to give you that much information. Please feel free to share this live. It's about 20 minutes, but I definitely wanted to give you some information on weight loss surgery, and I will continue to provide information. You can go to my YouTube channel. I'm going to put this on YouTube, and I'm going to start doing a little bit more on YouTube so that people understand the ins and outs of weight loss surgery, and stop listening to people when they try to tell you not to have weight loss surgery. Because let me tell you this, and I'm going to end with this. 9 times out of 10, the people that's telling you not to have weight loss surgery are the same people that look in the mirror and dislike what they see. But they don't have the balls to go under the knife, because they know they don't have the willpower to stick to the lifestyle change. And I'm just going to keep it 100 with you, because, everybody asks me, yo, Lil, like, you going under the knife again? Yes. Why? Because 20 years from now, when I start to get older, when I'm in my 50s, I don't want aging sagging skin on top of sagging skin from a 10-year weight loss journey. That's ridiculous. If and when I decide to have children, I don't want leftover baby weight on top of extra excess sagging skin. So I wanted to get a grip on it now so that I don't have to deal with that later. And so that's what it's all about. It's up to you. Stop letting people deter you from weight loss surgery. It's okay. I'm an advocate for it. I'm a proponent for it. It saved my life. I feel good. I've always looked good. I just enhanced it by losing the weight. And that's just what it is. So listen, guys, I love you. It's your girl, Lily Mae. If I can do anything for you on your weight loss journey, even if you just want to do it, and you want to try that liquid diet just to see if you can do it. If you want to talk to me about the diet that I had to get on for 2 months before I could even have surgery, I'll talk to you about that. I don't mind exposing my journey, because trust and believe, Y'all walking around with a whole lot of people that's had gastric bypass and will never tell you, either because A, they're embarrassed, or number two, they had it, they didn't do well with it, and they gained all their weight back and want to blame their surgeon. Once again, I'm your girl, Lily Mae, and I appreciate your time. I hope I answered some of your questions. If you have any other questions, inbox me, Lily Mae the Brand Sanaj, and I will respond. Have a good night.